Imagine a world where time is nothing more than an illusion, a mental construct created by our brains to make sense of reality. This is not just speculative philosophy, it's a perspective grounded in modern physics. Einstein's theory of relativity shattered our classical understanding of time, showing that it is not an absolute flow, but a relative phenomenon, experienced differently depending on velocity and gravitational fields. For instance, astronauts aboard the International Space Station age slightly slower than those on Earth due to the effects of time dilation. Building on Einstein's ideas, Julian Barber, in his book The End of Time, suggests that time does not exist as a fundamental property of the universe. Instead, he proposes that the universe is composed of a series of static nows, each complete in itself, existing in a timeless state. This aligns with the block universe theory, where past, present, and future coexist, much like frames in a reel of film. If time is indeed an illusion, then consciousness, the observer of this supposed flow, might operate independently of it, raising profound questions about the true nature of awareness. Quantum mechanics, the science of the very small, offers tantalizing hints that time may not be fundamental. Consider quantum entanglement, where particles separated by vast distances remain instantaneously connected. This phenomenon defies classical notions of time and causality. Furthermore, the Wheeler-DeWitt equation, a cornerstone of quantum cosmology, conspicuously omits time as a variable. This suggests that at the quantum level, the universe operates in a timeless state. Experiments such as the delayed choice quantum eraser have demonstrated that actions taken in the present can seemingly influence the past, further eroding our traditional understanding of time. If the fabric of reality at its most basic level is timeless, it's plausible that consciousness, which interacts with and observes this quantum realm, might also exist beyond the confines of time. This opens the door to exploring whether our awareness is rooted in a timeless quantum field, hinting at a reality where the linearity of time is a mere byproduct of human perception. One of the most intriguing intersections of physics and consciousness arises in near-death experiences, NDEs. Thousands of individuals who have been clinically dead and later revived report strikingly similar phenomena, a sense of floating outside their bodies, encountering a bright light, and, most compellingly, a profound sense of timelessness. Dr. Pim van Lommel, a cardiologist and researcher, has documented these accounts extensively in his book, Consciousness Beyond Life. Van Lommel's studies suggest that consciousness persists even when the brain shows no measurable activity. This raises a provocative question: could consciousness operate outside the constraints of time, especially when freed from the biological processes of the brain? Some physicists speculate that during NDEs, the brain might access a timeless quantum field where all moments coexist. This perception of timelessness could be a glimpse into the true nature of reality, challenging the assumption that consciousness is strictly tied to the passage of time as we experience it in everyday life. Mystical traditions across cultures have long described states of awareness that transcend time. For example, Advaita Vedanta speaks of the eternal now, a state where past and future dissolve into a single moment of pure presence. Similarly, Sufi mystics describe timeless awareness as a union with the infinite. Modern neuroscience has begun to explore these experiences, particularly in individuals who practice deep meditation. Studies by Dr. Richard Davidson at the University of Wisconsin-Madison reveal that long-term meditators exhibit unique brainwave patterns, such as heightened gamma activity, associated with a sense of timelessness and interconnectedness. These altered states of consciousness provide a fascinating bridge between ancient spiritual practices and contemporary science. They suggest that our subjective experience of time may be a neural construct, and by altering brain function through practices like meditation, we might access a more fundamental, timeless state of awareness. This timeless state, as described in mystical traditions and observed in neuroscience, challenges the notion that time is an inescapable aspect of human consciousness. Eternalism, a philosophical interpretation of relativity, offers a radical perspective. All moments in time, past, present, and future, exist simultaneously. This aligns with the block universe theory, where time is viewed as a dimension similar to space. In this model, events are not happening but simply are, existing as part of the space-time continuum. Carlo Rovelli, a prominent physicist and author of The Order of Time, argues that our perception of time's flow is an emergent property of the way we process information, heavily influenced by entropy. Entropy, or the tendency of systems to move from order to disorder, gives us the illusion of a directional arrow of time. However, at the quantum level, time appears reversible and some processes defy temporal order entirely. If time is not fundamental, then consciousness, which perceives time, might exist in a state that transcends it. This could explain phenomena like precognition or the sense of timelessness reported in altered states of awareness, hinting that our understanding of time is far from complete. What if time itself emerges from consciousness? John Wheeler's participatory anthropic principle suggests that the universe requires conscious observers to bring phenomena into existence. In quantum mechanics, this is reminiscent of the observer effect, where the act of observation determines the state of a quantum system. This raises the possibility that consciousness is not merely a passive observer, but an active participant in shaping reality, including the experience of time. Theoretical physicist Lee Smolin, in Time Reborn, proposes that time emerges from the relationships between events, rather than existing as a standalone dimension. If consciousness plays a role in creating these relationships, it could mean that time is a construct of awareness rather than an independent reality. This perspective aligns with ancient spiritual teachings that describe time as a veil obscuring a deeper, timeless truth. By viewing consciousness as the architect of time, we arrive at a profound idea that the flow of time might be a product of how awareness interacts with the universe, suggesting that timelessness is not only possible, but fundamental.